Can I be real with you today? If you've been going from job to job, industry to industry, trying to figure out what the right career path is for you, and somewhere along the line, the internet started telling you to go into tech, go into data, go into cybersecurity. What other one are they talking about? Project management or sales. And now you feel more confused than when you even started. I want to say something to you today that might be the most helpful thing you hear. You already know what you want to do. You might not believe that yet, but stay with me because I'm going to show you why I think this. You're welcome to Hello Misola. This is another episode. Now let us read today's letter. It says, Hello Misola, I am 29 years old and feel completely lost. I came to the UK as an international student and stayed after graduation. Since then, I've been moving from one job to another without a clear direction. I've worked in retail, administration, customer service, and recruitment. The problem is that I don't know what I actually want. Every day, someone online is recommending a different career path. Tech, data, project management, cybersecurity, sales. I feel overwhelmed by all the options, but I'm an immigrant and I also feel the pressure to make the right choice. I want a career that pays well, has growth potential, and allows me to build the life I imagined when I moved here. But I don't know how to choose. How do you figure out what career is actually right for you? I hear you, and let's talk about it. I'm going to tell you this plain and simple. You know what you want to do. I know you said you don't, but I'm pushing back on that gently. Because in my experience, right, over the years, doing this myself and listening to so many people, the people who say, I don't know what to do, are always the people who know exactly what they want to do. But they have managed to talk themselves out of it. And it's usually because of one or two reasons. It's either they don't believe that there's real money in that thing or that venture that they want to pursue, or they are surrounded by so many opinions that their own voice has just been reduced, it's been diminished, it's not there. So it's now what people are saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, there's nothing here, there's nothing for you here, go into this industry, do this or do that. And both of those scenarios, they are not career problems, it's a trust problem. You either don't trust yourself enough to make so much money based on what you're seeing around, and you're trusting too many people to the point that it's diminishing your own voice and elevating their own voice when it comes to decisions about your own life. So the question is not which field pays the more. The question is which field is mine. And here's the answer on how you find it. You find it by doing, because clarity comes when you take action. Now let us talk about the kingdom perspective. And I have two scriptures that I want to talk to you about. And I'm going to try and bring them together. So let me see. I will read one after the other, make my point, and then talk about the second one. So you now see how they come together. So we're starting with Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 10. It says, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might, for there is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you're going. So it's whatever your hand finds to do, not what you have sat down, you've thought there's no money, there's money. It's anything that you can do, anything that you're doing right now, whether it's recruitment, it's administration, it's tech, it's sales, it's cybersecurity, whatever it is you're doing right now, or you're preparing yourself to venture into, do it excellently well. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it. So do it with all of your might. Show up fully, show up excellently, and learn the thing that you're supposed to learn while you're in whatever industry you are right now. I know you've mentioned a couple of industries, so wherever you are right now, just stay there. Now, the next scripture that I want to read is Psalms chapter 1 verse 3. And it says, he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that brings forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. So whatsoever you do shall prosper. But this passage is talking about a he. There is a prefix, so you have to go back and look at the previous chapters. So I would implore you to go and read Psalms chapter 1, the whole chapter, and understand what the rules are saying. It's the person that they say whatever the person does prospers. There are things that that person needs to do. There are instructions up there in the full chapter. So I want you to go back and read that full chapter. But for the purpose of this video, who is this person? They do not follow the counsel of the ungodly. They do not take the seat of the scornful. And their delight is in the word of God, and they meditate on it day and night. So when you build that kind of foundation, then you act and do the work. whatever you do prospers. So let's move on to the practical steps. There are 4 steps that I have outlined for you. So step 1, I said stay where you are and do it excellently. Whatever industry you're in right now, just do it excellently. Let it never be said that you did not do your job well. So show up consistently, show up with a spirit of excellence and do it well. Let people always commend you for what you do, that you know what you're doing and you're there, you're fully present and you're doing the work. Because moving for the sake of moving would not produce clarity. It's excellence in your current role that would. Now, step two, do the inner work on who you are. You've got to figure you out. What is it that lights you up? What are you put on here in this world to do? What is your assignment? What's your purpose? Now, for your scenario, one of the easiest ways that you can figure this out is for you to sit down and reflect on all the industries that you've worked in. Step 1, what are the common skills that come out when you're thinking about when you were in the recruitment, you were in sales, you were in cybersecurity, all of those industries that you're in? What are the common skills and the common scenarios that you've had to deal with, you've had to take on? And then once you've been able to identify that, out of those skills that you've identified, which ones do you enjoy the most? Because when you now look at the common transferable skills, you can now decide that, okay, I fit better in this industry or that industry, or I fit better doing my own thing. But you have to now figure out what lights you up the most. So start and do that exercise. Do it first. But remember, it's very important that you stay where you are. Don't move anywhere just yet. So the third step is when you're making a decision as to what career path you want to follow, I want you to have other parameters or other criteria for success other than money. Money is great. Money is something that must happen. They must pay you, whether you're in a job you like or you don't like. They must pay you. So you need to have other parameters that you use to measure whether this is the thing that you're meant to be doing or not. So what am I saying? When you were working in all of these roles that you've worked in before, were there moments or things that happened while you were working or while at the job that made you come alive? It's as simple as that. Yes, we're not talking bells and whistles, but there are things that you genuinely enjoy and you know them. It's possible that you're like, oh, well, there's no money in this thing. Let me tell you, let me even digress. People can make so much money from just selling red socks. Whatever it is you find your hands to do, do it and you will prosper, because you now know the God you serve and you resolve in your hand that nothing dies in my hands. Nothing is a failure in my hands. I am a success. I am the head. I am not the tail. Once you understand this, then you're just going after the thing that lights you up, and you have that unshakable and delusional confidence in your God that you're a success already. You're not going to succeed. You have already succeeded. And then there's one thing that you should also consider when you're thinking about all of these things. Would you consider going into this venture when you now decide on these things if it doesn't pay well? Like, I can create content for the longest time. I did it for 9+ years and I was not paid for it. So I know that if it has to do with content creation, that's me. That's what lights me up. But for you, what is that thing that you would love to do, whether it's paying you or it's not paying you? That is how you get started, and then you figure you out. But until you do that, stay where you are. It's so important. So here's the reset that I want to leave you with today. It's absolutely fine to want a career that pays you well and allows you live a good life. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a shallow idea. It's not unspiritual. So go for it. But the approach that actually works, the one that produces both fulfillment and income, it's not which field is currently paying the most according to what the LinkedIn gurus are saying or what the career experts are saying. It is, what was I put here on earth to do, and how do I go about doing it? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. And the question is asked by doing, by trying, by staying, and stay there for, I would like to say 2 years, but from 6 months to 2 years, stay there. You will know at the end of it all whether it's for you or it's not for you. So pay attention to what lights you up and what drains you. And trust that the answer has been inside of you all along. It's just that you have maybe talked yourself out of it. You're not lost, you're just not listening to yourself. And I want you to start from there. Start listening to yourself. Anyway, this is the end of the video as I try to wrap up this video for today. If you have not subscribed to Hello Misola, please subscribe to Hello Misola. I am building a community here and I would love for you to be a part of this community. Also, if you have a challenge or problem you're currently going through as an immigrant, especially if it relates to wealth, building wealth, making money, and settling down and sorting yourself out, please, I'd love for you to send me a letter so that we can read through whatever situation it is you're going through and try to the best of my ability to come up with solutions and transformations that you need so that you can go ahead and take action. So click the link in the description box below and send me your letter. I promise I read every single one of them. But other than that, please go ahead and like this video so that the algorithm does what it knows how to do best, and share this video with a friend so that the two of you can go ahead and pursue the career or the life of your dreams together. But other than that, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.